Conservation of plants and animals. We saw in class 7th that Paheli and Bojo had visited the forest along with Professor Ahmed and Tibu. They were eager to share their experiences with their classmates. Other children in the class were also eager to share their experiences as some of them had visited Bharatpur Sanctuary. Some others had heard about Kaziranga National Park, Lokchau Wildlife Sanctuary, Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve and Tiger Reserve, etc. So they have visited and they came to know about many plants and animal species. And now the question arises, how many plants and animal species are endangered? Because of our increasing human activities, deforestation has been increasing day by day. Because as the population increases, they need the land for building up their houses, to live, to do the agriculture. And like this, what we do, we destroy the vegetation, the natural vegetation and wildlife. So what is the purpose of making national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserves? As I told you just now, deforestation and its causes. A great variety of plants and animals exist on earth. They are essential for the well-being and survival of mankind because they help in maintaining the carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, water cycle, nitrogen cycle, and because of all these cycles going on, there is a balance in the atmosphere. Today, a major threat to survival of these organisms is deforestation. Deforestation means cutting down of trees. We know that deforestation means clearing of forest and using that land for other purposes. Trees in the forest are cut for some of the purposes which are mentioned as below, like procuring land for cultivation, that is for doing agriculture, building houses and factories, making furniture or using wood as fuel. Some natural causes of deforestation are forest fires and severe droughts also. Here is activity 7.1. Add more causes of deforestation in your list and classify them into natural and man-made, like landslides, floods. These may be what? The natural disasters. And what are the human activities more which you know? You have to list them out. Okay. Next, consequences of deforestation. Paheli and Bojo recalled the consequences of deforestation. Means what are the reasons behind doing deforestation, cutting down of trees? They remembered that deforestation increases the temperature and pollution level on the earth, and the temperature is maintained with the help of atmosphere because it is like a blanket covering the earth. It increases the level of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and this is what any imbalance in the composition of gases so present in the air causes air pollution. Groundwater level also gets lowered. They know that deforestation disturbs the balance in nature. They were told by Professor Ahmed that if cutting of trees continues, rainfall and the fertility of the soil will decrease. So how does deforestation reduce rainfall on the one hand and leads to floods on the other? Yeah, as we know, because carbon dioxide is used by the plants, and if the number of plants will be less on the earth, then there will be imbalance in the gases so present in the atmosphere. Correct now? So means the number of trees as gets less, there will be large amount of carbon dioxide because plants are the only organism on the earth that consume CO2, that is carbon dioxide. It is used as a raw material when they make their own food by the process photosynthesis. So what will happen if there is an increase in the gas of carbon dioxide or the oxides of sulfur or nitrogen? This will lead to global warming, as carbon dioxide traps the heat rays reflected by the earth. And now we know what is global warming. The increase in the temperature of the earth is so referred to as global warming. The increase in temperature on the earth disturbs the water cycle and may reduce rainfall. Yeah, if the water cycle is reduced, then the rainfall will also get affected. This could cause drought. Deforestation is a major cause which leads to the change in soil properties. Physical properties of the soil get affected by plantation and vegetation. Because when we do plantation or vegetation, the nutrients, the minerals which are present in the soil, they are used up by the plant. They are absorbed by the roots along with water. So this also affects the properties of soil. Recall from class 7th sorry Recall from class 7th how trees prevent soil erosion. Because the roots of the trees, they hold up the soil, they bind it, so it doesn't get blown up by the action of wind or water. Fewer trees result in more soil erosion. If trees will be less, then the soil erosion will increase. Removal of the topmost layer of the soil exposes the lower, hard and rocky layers. This soil has less humus and is less fertile. Gradually, the fertile land gets converted into deserts. It is called desertification. Deforestation also leads to a decrease in the water holding capacity of the soil. The movement of water from the soil surface into the ground, that is, infiltration rate, is reduced. So there are floods. The other properties of the soil like nutrient, content, texture, etc. also change because of deforestation. We have studied in class 7th that we get many products from forest as furniture, wood, fuel, medicine, resin, gum, rubber. List these products. Will we face shortage of these products if we continue cutting trees? Yes, we will face shortage or scarcity of the products which we are getting from the forest if like this only deforestation goes on. What does activity 7.2 tells us? Animal life is also affected by deforestation because that is the only habitat where they live. Where there is a source of water, good vegetation, you will find a number of animal species or the plant species so present there. But if there are no forest, then the wildlife will also get affected. List the points and discuss them in your class. Yeah, we will go for this activity too. Okay. Conservation of forest and wildlife. Conservation means protection, saving. How we can conserve forest and wildlife? The very first way is to do plantation of trees, that is afforestation. Having become aware of the effects of deforestation, Paheli and Bojo are worried. They go to Professor Ahmed and ask him how forest and wildlife can be saved. So now let's see what does his professor says. Biosphere. As the word bio means life. So the sphere where the life exists, that is biosphere. And biosphere is made possible because of the lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere. Okay. So biosphere is that part of the earth in which living organisms exist or which supports life, as I told you now. Biological diversity or biodiversity refers to the variety of organisms existing on the earth, their interrelationships and their relationship with the environment, because the organisms, the plants, bacteria, virus, living things, all the animals, birds, they are directly or indirectly dependent on the environment, and environment is too dependent on them because as we know the microbes which are present in the soil, they continuously keep on churning the soil so that it can be changed into fine form. Fine form means the simpler form, the simplest that can be absorbed by the roots of the plant, because there are small pores, tiny holes present on the root, that is the root hairs. By that only it absorbs water, and along with water many minerals like nitrogen is taken in. So if it is in a complex form it cannot be absorbed. So various factors affect the presence of species of plants and animals on the earth, and we should think about their conservation too, because till where I know, I think so 20 plant species got extinct from the earth, and in India there are 47,000 species of plants so present, and out of them 15,000 are flowering plants and 90,000 animal species are present. So we will work on them, we will try to conserve them because they all are interconnected to one another and we mutually depend on them. If we don't conserve them, the life on the earth will be endangered, and we are creating this problem by our own activities, daily activities which we do without worrying, without considering or without thinking about it. So let's take a view and decide to take some steps to conserve plants and animals and human life too, and try to stop the human activities which are leading to increasing pollution. So thank you, have a very nice day, and take care of yourself, study well, work hard, you will achieve what you want. Thank you.